What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today's video is super special and super exciting because my presets are officially live and ready to share with you guys, which is so crazy to even say. I've been working on these for what feels like an eternity, and I just can't believe the day is finally here that I'm sharing them with you guys. This has been my passion project for the longest time, probably the last 6 months. And yeah, with the whole creation process, I wanted to create presets that were really effortless, easy to use, and versatile on different types of photos so that you guys can get as much out of them as possible while still being authentic to my own editing style, which if you're coming from my Instagram, you know is very natural and minimal. For me, the simpler, the better. And I feel like that translates in every aspect of my life, whether it's fashion or my home decor. I just like to keep things nice and simple. So that is what these are. If you guys are looking for a heavy preset, these are probably not for you, but if you love that no filter natural look, then you should stick around. There's 5 different presets in the pack. There's daylight, golden hour, mirror selfie, summer greens, and mood, and that basically wraps up all of the different edits that I use on my photos. There is literally no difference in the edits of my photos on my feed versus the presets. These are 100% my edits, and I've just wrapped them up in presets to share with you guys. So if you guys like the edits on my photos, this is 100% them. I'm going to take you guys through how I edit my photos, show you the presets, the befores, the afters, all that good stuff, along with the other apps and editing tips and tricks that I have up my sleeve. So before we jump into Lightroom, there's one more app that I like to use, and that is Facetune. It's still very minimal, but I feel like it makes such a big difference in my photos. So I'll show you guys that whole process. So we're gonna open the Facetune app, and then what I like to do is go into the retouch tool, hit smoother. You can use smooth or smoother, but this has been the one that I'm using. And then I like to just brush over my skin in the photo just to kind of smooth everything out, just like the name says. Sometimes I get like a glare on my upper lip that I like to kind of minimize. You could even take it over an ear if that's looking a little shiny. And that's what it looks like all the way up. I'm actually gonna drag it down to about 35. And then that is the before and the after. There's one other thing that I like to do, and that is go into details and just kind of go over any jewelry in the photo. I feel like that really helps bring it out, make it look extra shiny, give it that extra pop. So really quick, just doing that, hitting OK, and then we're going to save the photo. After that's done, I open up the Lightroom app. For this one, since it's shot in nature, I'm gonna go in with my summer greens filter, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. I'm going into presets, and then we're gonna scroll until we see summer greens, hit OK, and then that's basically it. That's the before and the after with one click edit. I'll show you guys another example of summer greens, mainly because I really wanted to include this photo in the video because this is my all-time favorite photo of me and Rocky. It just like melts my heart. So this one, again, shot in nature, gonna go in with the summer greens, hit OK, and then that is another one-tap edit and it's done. Next is my daylight preset. This one has really nice contrasting shadows and warm tones in it. And I originally created it because it was what I would use when I'm shooting out around town, kind of just like downtown vibes, not necessarily in nature, but it also works really well for little like car flat lays. So I'll show you guys this photo first. Going to daylight, hit OK, and then that's it. A lot of these are one-tap edits, just like one and done, which is so nice because it saves me so much time in my editing. But there are some instances where you will maybe need to make some slight adjustments. So I'll show you another example of this preset on this photo. A lot of the times if I'm shooting in front of like a white wall outdoors, the photo will look a little bit muddy to me. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna apply the daylight filter, and this is what it looks like just off the bat. There's nothing wrong with it, but what I'm gonna do just to like bring it to my liking is go into light, bring up the blacks a little bit. I feel like that kind of just like makes the photo a little more light and airy, a little less, I don't know, I describe it as muddy, so a little less muddy. And we're gonna bring that up to about 86, and that would be basically it for that one. There are some instances, and this is just preference, but if there's like blue shadows in the photo, you can go over to the HSL slider and bring those blues down just like a little bit more. Don't want to do it too far because I don't want to lose the blue in my jeans, but that's it. There's another before and after of the daylight filter. Next, I'll show you guys the golden hour preset. This one's really great for photos that are shot around sunrise or sunset. So I'm gonna use it on this photo. I took this photo just before sunset. So I'm gonna go in, hit golden hour, and then there is the before and the after. Again, super natural and minimal, but it still makes a really nice kind of difference in the photo. Here's another example of that preset with me in it. I'm gonna go in, hit golden hour, hit OK, and then there is the before and after. There really isn't anything else that I would change to the photo, so I leave it just at that. It's another one-tap edit, one and done, and I'll move on to the next preset. Next is mirror selfie. This one is great for photos that are shot in front of a mirror, in the house, indoors, where you're not really getting that direct sunlight, and it's just meant for really kind of whitening whites, making things pop out and eliminating any like greens or weird hues in the photo. So I'll show you what it looks like on this image. Also, I shot this near a window. I actually shot this right here. If you are looking for places to shoot indoors and struggling, try to stand near a window but where the light isn't hitting you, and a lot of the times that's really good. Back to the photo, I'm gonna go in, hit mirror selfie, hit OK. That is the before and the after right off the bat. There is something that I would do additional to this photo, and I'll show you guys what it is. I'm gonna go into light, and then I'm just going to bring the shadows down just to kind of like make that blazer stand out a little bit more. And then that's the difference there. This next one is preference, and this just kind of comes into like white balance and how warm you want your photo to be, but you could bring that temperature down just a little bit. I have it set to 2, but you could bring it down to 1 or 0. And let's see, there we go. And then there's the before and the after. Last but not least is my mood preset. I created this one since we're going into fall. Things are about to get a little moodier. And this one's great for photos that are shot in low light for obviously that more moody look. I actually took this photo on our couch and I shot it in low exposure. So on the iPhone, I just tap until you see that little sun icon show up, drag it down, or if you have the update, you can change those settings on the bottom. But I brought the exposure down, took the photo. I feel like a lot of the times that will cancel out a lot of yellows in the photo, which I like. So that is what the photo looks like as is shot on my iPhone, and then I'll show you what it looks like with the preset. I'm gonna go to presets, hit mood, hit OK. That is what it looks like off the bat with the preset applied. There is one more thing that I'd like to do, and that's to go in with the shadows, kind of make that contrast a little bit more between the hat and the rest of the image. And last thing I would do, again preference, is just play around with the temperature until I feel like the whites are where I want them to be, and then you're done. That is literally everything I do to edit my photos. There is nothing else. Everything is on the table. So next I'm going to show you guys how to install the presets. Also, before I jump into that, I also have a breakdown on my website on the preset page that shows like a little description of each preset and the recommended lighting scenario, or where I like to use them. A lot of the times I'm either shooting my photos by a window indoors, in direct daylight, or like sunrise, sunset time. Just before sunrise, no, just after sunrise or just before sunset. Those are my ideal times to shoot photos, in case you're wondering. So back to installing the presets. After you purchase them, you'll get a confirmation page, and there will be a link to download the zip file. That link will also be sent to your email along with your receipt, and that link is good for 24 hours. So I recommend after you purchase it to hurry and download it just to make sure that you get the file. From there, if you're downloading it directly on your phone, it will show up in your downloads, which you can access in your file folder app. If you don't have that app, you'll actually be prompted to reinstall it really quickly, and it'll show up in there. So that is where I am right now. I'm in my folder app, and then it shows the little zip file. To unzip the file, all you have to do is click on it, and then the folder will pop out. It says CC Everyday Presets, and you tap on that. There's all the presets, and then you'll also have a little PDF guide on how to install step by step. So you can refer to that or this video, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it. First, you're going to want to click on an individual preset, and then in the bottom left corner, there's an arrow icon. You're going to click on that and scroll until you see Lightroom, and then hit Launch Lightroom Now. What that's going to do is open up the Lightroom app, and it's going to show the file imported, which is this photo right here for daylight. and it has all of the edits saved. So what you're going to do is convert it to a preset that you can use over and over and over again. To do that, you're going to go up to these three dots in the top right corner and click create preset. From there, you're going to name it. I recommend naming it after the name so it's just easy to find and keep track of. So I'm going to name this Daylight. I can't spell. I'm going to name this Daylight. And then in user presets, you're going to click create new preset group and name it. I would name it CC presets or CC everyday presets. And then you would hit OK. After that, the preset is saved and you would repeat those steps with the rest of the presets. Once you've done that and they've all been saved to the folder, I'm going to show you guys how to access them. You're just going to click on a photo, and on this bottom menu, you might have to scroll all the way to the left. It's going to be the fourth icon and it says presets. You're going to click on that and then it will show your folder with all of the presets inside and they're ready to use. If you guys have any questions on how I edit anything in the video, let me know in the comments or shoot me a DM. I'd be happy to talk with you. And then if you are still having trouble downloading the presets, send me an email or DM and I will help you get it all figured out. And that's basically everything. I just want to give you guys the biggest thank you in the world. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here. Even if you don't end up purchasing the presets, thank you for just being here and being my friend. So that is all. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.